Hi everyone, welcome back to Empowerment Network. We are very happy, Jeanne and myself, to be here this evening. And for those of you who were looking at the title, it says A Bond Beyond Business. And we are just here now to share our excitement about what happened yesterday or a couple of days ago. I think you all saw it, the live meet up between Ash Mufareh, Marty DeGamo, and of course Chris Johnson. So before we go ahead, I would like to give Jean a chance at least to say hi. Welcome, Jean. Thank you for joining me.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Comfort. Thank you so much for having me on today. It's great to be here.
Thank you, Jean. So, all of us by now, I'm saying all of us, but I think that everybody should have seen what happened, the live reunion between our brother Marty, Chris, and of course, Ash himself. So the first person that came to mind was Eugene, because I know that a couple of days ago or about a week ago, this same thing happened to you. You came to the Heroes webinar, shared your life experience, how you met and hugged Dawn and Marty and the rest of the family, and we were like, oh my God. So how does it feel? What came to mind when you saw Ash right there where you were a couple of days ago?
Well, it was just the impact of seeing, it was just the family reunion feeling, right? It was just, it's hard to describe the feeling that this family has fostered. It's like beyond family. You know what it reminded me of, Comfort, is almost like military men in the trenches and the bond that they create. They've been through it. They've been through the highs, the lows, the challenges, the traumas, the everything. And that love becomes so deep that it's just next level. And that's what it felt like when I was visiting him. And it was more of just a warmth. But I think that visit with Ash and Chris and Marty was beyond. It was like deep soul brothers connecting, like after centuries of being apart. That's what it felt like. It was just this kind of palpable feeling of just joy. It was so emotional. And this is what gets me, and it shows the bond that we have as a family across the world, is that we were all crying as we were watching it in the chat, people crying later in the day, seeing it, watching it over and over and over again. Why is that? What is that about? It's about what has been created, which I think is what Ash is probably most proud of and grateful for, is the bond, like you said up here, a bond beyond business. So that was my just initial reaction. Was it was meant to be. How beautiful. What a Christmas, a better than Christmas surprise. It was just so, none of us knew what was coming. And, you don't want to, I just never dreamed it was going to be like that. It was just pure joy. Anyway, I'll start with that, Comfort. Thank you.
And I know, Jean, indeed it was joy, because when I clicked on the video, it was going on. It's a very short video. It's going on and on and on, and I keep watching and watching and watching. I remember it's just the same thing, I could not stop watching. Then I have goosebumps, and it's so real. You remember Ash's words, we're a real business with real products, real people. And then you see the reality become real, like palpable, like you said earlier on, because you watch Mr. Mufareh hug Marty DeGamo, right? This is something that has been virtual for 7 years. If you thought that it was just a virtual thing and stuff like that, here comes Marty and Ash live. Look at the kisses, look at the hugs, and then he picks up the little boy. It's so real and so natural. I'm just like, what else would you ask for? What else would you go for? Because these are some of the things that get me just stuck here, because the love that we have developed, the genuineness, the bonding has been real for the past couple of years, since 2018. We have built trust with one another, because since then, ever since I joined this whole movement from my own perspective, there are things deep, things of my that come from deep down my heart, either problems or joy. I share them with somebody from this community. That is how serious it is. So when you look at things like this, you are just like, God, I'm not sure what I would have been doing if I were not here, Jean, because this is family, this is home, this is real. You see a big brother and younger brother, you see just playing around, you see uncle picking up children, and it's just like you say, it's difficult to explain. But then I was just sat there, just watching and watching and watching and watching. It's going on and on, the same video, but then I couldn't stop watching that. I had goosebumps. Even when went to the chat, I kept typing. I don't know what I was typing. I just typing and typing. I said, I don't care what I'm typing. That's how it felt. So I just thought that, guys, let's share. What do you think? Because this is real bonding. Then imagine. All right, Jeanne, you go ahead. Go ahead. I need to attend to this. Let me just say what I heard.
Well, I was thinking, as Comfort was just talking, is that when we were in the chat, this is real life. I'll point this way. Well, that's real life. Is that we couldn't even read what we were writing in the chat because the tears were streaming down our faces. It was so immediate, and so it cracked open something in us. It's like we didn't really know what the depth of family. We thought we knew the depth of family, and that has just deepened and widened beyond any expectation I ever had for joining this movement. I just never dreamed that I was going to be finding people that are completely different in culture, religion, philosophy, politics, completely different in every way, but absolutely the same right in here. And that I never dreamed that I would feel that connection. And it's very humbling. And I think that what Ash is teaching us by his example is he wants to create people like himself that are servant leaders, people who are genuine and coming from a heart. There was something that that Chris shared that Ash did. He shared from that experience. It wasn't in the video, but something that happened where they were trying to get food to Marty, and the rehab said that, the hours are 8 to 8 and the doors close and you can't get in or out, right? So at 8 p.m., if they went out to get food, they couldn't bring it back to him. So Ash was like, what, why, So he went to talk to them. And the phrase that when they told Ash that, his response was, why would you lock the love out? And it took my breath away. I'm thinking, this is the kind of man who is changing the world. He's different. People don't think like that. They would be like, why aren't you letting us in? And all sorts of uppity, like I would have been like, I want to get food to my friend. But no, he disarms people with love. It's just natural. He wasn't putting it on. He wasn't trying to be impressive. Or it was just like, why would you do that? Curious. He's curious and he's gracious, and he sets this beautiful example for us to be solution finders. They had a challenge. They were told they would not be able to bring, and they made it happen. How did they make it happen? It's not just that, Ash has money and he can move mountain, whatever. It's not that. It's he's solution minded and he's loving. And he he reaches into people in a way that is not an attack. It's not a judgment. It's just getting people to think slightly differently. And then they're like, well, okay, yeah, maybe we can do it that way. Maybe that would work, and he's doing this across the board. He's doing it with us, individually, mentoring us,
Right.
And he's also doing it in every project he's in, every company, all of that. And I think books, movies, everything is going to be made about this man to study him almost, study how Like, what kind of a man says that kind of a phrase? Why would you lock the love out? I mean, it literally is like,
Oh
that's
my
angelic
God.
to me. That is
And
otherworldly. So that's the kind of man we're dealing with. And he's a regular Joe, as Chris always says. You know, he's just a regular guy. You know,
yeah,
he has opinions. He cracks funny jokes sometimes. He can be goofy. You know, he has all these traits, which makes him all the more human and lovable. And we're just so blessed, so blessed. And that moment that they had together was just priceless. And I hope they never share all the private moments of it. It's theirs. That's their special time. You know, I feel so blessed that Chris shared as much as he did. That was such a blessing. But I
yeah.
hope they keep some of it just for themselves.
I've sent you a link. Yes, indeed, Jean, I really apologize. Earlier on, my son, he was playing out and then he is known as bleeding. He thought the word is ending. So he just came. I did a quick fix and he's gone. I really apologize. And thank you. You know, these are the things. This is what makes the difference. I think Ivy will be joining us. Ivy might be joining us any minute from now. So, guys, listen. If there's noise, bear with me. We're here because of these children. So let's just do what we're doing. You know, Ash is just different. That's why I keep saying this. This whole mission and vision could only reach us through him, because I'm not sure how. Hi sis, welcome. You know, because he's so different. He's like you are saying, his leadership style. He's a family man. He's so family oriented, and whatever thing he's doing, he puts humanity first. He puts family first. He put well-being first, you know, of everybody else and stuff like that. You know, so there's just so much to learn from him. You know, when you even look just this short visit, it pulled crowd because founders around the world, you know, they flooded the social media with love and admiration and all of those things just because of that little thing, which we think is so little he did, you know, and that is the difference that he brings to the table. What has been missing for the past centuries or decades, depending on, I don't know who else ever did a thing like this. First thing is that he did not have to do it, because we all understand that he should have squeezed from his tight schedule, which we all know that he should be very busy because he's working on our business 24/7. But he had to squeeze and go over to say, Big brother, I need to give you that hug right now because you need it. And it makes a whole lot of difference, not just to Marty himself, not only to his family, but to the enlarged family, which is you and myself and the person in Africa, Australia, Asia, and wherever, you know. So it makes a whole difference. So everybody else who is not part of this is missing out on a lot. Somebody who will just come out here at the point where they're making money would think that this whole thing is about money, but no. This family, take away this family, business is nothing, because what we know now is family. Money is something that we know that is going to come, because it will definitely come anyway, you know. So it's just so special, and it's quite a blessing that we are really part of this. So, Sister Ivy, when you're ready, when we see you on the screen, we'll surely let you talk if you saw the topic, right? So, guys, keep on. Let me just see what somebody else said. Oh, this is Minu. Welcome, sis. Minu says the room just got brighter as Ivy joined Comfort and Jean. Oh yeah, you know, she brought the light. Thank you. Yeah, so we're so blessed to be part of this. I should say we, but I don't know about others, because it's a blessing, it's a privilege. We don't deserve it, right? It's a privilege. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we call ourselves. Me, I think that we are a chosen generation out of this generation, because how many people are there on earth? Why is it that it's just you and myself and a few, you know, are here? We are a chosen generation amongst this generation of this 21st century. So anybody who has this opportunity in their hands, they are joking with it. You are joking with the mission that God has put in your hands through Mr. Mufareh. So we're blessed, we're happy. Thank you, my sister Joy, not Joy, sister Ivy, for joining us. And the topic of today says a bond beyond business, and we are just discussing the meet up that happened between Ash, Chris, and our brother Marty. So, Sister Ivy, if you have a comment, how did you feel when you saw that happen? Then go ahead and share your comment. So, shout out, thank you so much to my sister Amina Korani for the blessings. I appreciate. There's somebody in this studio who likes doing that. Thank you, G. So, welcome, Sister Ivy. If you are ready, you can say something now, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. And sorry I'm late, but I was today was a day I did not ever want to miss, because to talk about who we are, we've been talking about who we are every day, so to have to be in the presence of my sister Jeanne and Comfort is great. When we talk about family, it's like, oh, we are just reciting words. We are not. Now we have proof. We have a receipt. We're always saying, oh, we love each other. Oh, we have community. But let me tell you something. We have proof. Now we have a receipt. Now we have the picture. We have the poster of a family, a community. We've been saying it every day on these lives. Now it's live. What more can you say? Can you even talk? I was speechless. I was in tears. I was so emotional that I could not comment. Yesterday, anytime I picked up my phone to comment on the picture, I could not. I did not have words to say. So this is what we mean. You're not just seeing Jeanne. You're not just seeing Ivy. You're not just seeing Comfort. You're seeing a bond. And yesterday, we had proof of it. When I saw it, let me tell you something, I don't get too emotional. I'm so much like the work has to be done. I'm so much forging for everybody to experience the love we've been talking about. I was happy beyond happy because I know this thing is true. When you see one aspect true, then you know all the other aspects are true. When you see Ash caring for Marty, then you know every other thing he has said is true. If this means so much to him, then all, like in equations, in physics, you can take one solution and just one formula works every time. If this has worked at this time, that Ash has proven, every time you'll be talking about Marty, you see how he behaves when it's his birthday. You see how he behaved when he heard Marty was sick. Now it's proof. That's who he is. He's so true. I just wanted to take the picture. In fact, I will. I'm just up there, not correct at times. I would print that picture at Walgreens and hold the paper like this and show it. That three friends who had not seen each other, talked about each other for years, are now meeting for the first time. A bond beyond business is a real fitting topic. Now, what do? We are children of a royal family. We are children of this family. Let's go beyond what we saw. When you are born into a royal family, ask the people in England. You are taught how to talk. You're taught things that make you royal. Let's behave like the royalty that we're falling into. The true friendship, the true business, we've been taught how to behave. When I heard Chris saying that our CEO was helping our Marty to eat, feeding him the love. Do you know what it means? That means a lot. So there's so much dignity in this Onpassive. That's all I want to bring today, that we are children of Ash, so to speak. We are children of our CEO. We are children of this family. We are brothers and sisters. Let's behave like he behaved. So true, so loyal, so sweet, so happy. And let me tell you something. That's the direction of where we are going. Thank you. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much, Ivy. You brought the light indeed, as our sister Minu said. So so many things are just coming to mind, Jeanne, because For this is a company that for years already has already preached unity, that's preaching, you know, unity, love for one another, humanity, uplifting humanity and stuff. So this meeting, like our sister is saying, is proof that Ash does not only say it, but he walks the talk, right? He practices what he preaches, and that is, he is a teacher par excellence. He's a leader par excellence. He does his humanitarian par excellence. We know him as a man of integrity, and everything he does has proven it to be so. You know, he doesn't say anything that he cannot do. So this whole reunion reminded us founders, as we used to call ourselves now, whether it's affiliates or whatever, members of this family, you know, we all over the world, that we are not just contributors, but that we are cherished. You know, we're cherished, we're cherished, and this is a boost of our morale and trust and hope in him and all that he is doing by the grace of God. So we just want to keep on keeping on, because this whole meeting, this whole reunion kind of strengthened our being in this movement. And we want to move another step with him, because he has proven it again beyond reasonable doubt that he is real, and whatever he is doing is real and is going to bring that difference that we are looking for. Jeanne, so I'll let you talk.
Well, you just hit it on the head. I mean, we've known this man for years now. For me, it'll be 5 years coming up in July. He's had ample opportunity to show us irritability, frustration, with everything that we've been through. He has never he's shown us humanness, certainly, and I alluded to that earlier, but he's always been the one. He just, as you said, Comfort, he's different. He thinks lovingly, like in a way that I don't know that any of us have ever seen outside the Bible, right? It just, that kind of purity of heart, a pure heart, and an innocent heart, one that doesn't knee jerk to judgment or just irritability. In these days, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you want things done, chop, chop, you know. He gave us nothing but a great example all these years. And I think if people can't see that he's the real deal by now, especially after that video, you know, I think it's, I'm having trouble articulating myself. It's sort of like the time has passed really for people to believe and see that he is real. And I think Chris and Red have talked about the choice point. Is this the choice where you say you're in or you're out, you're on the track, or you're going to take a different road, you know, and I think this is really good. Well, I think a lot of people are going to be coming back onto the right road because of that video.
Yeah.
They're going to say, you know, I really wasn't sure, but now that I've seen that vat full of love just pour down upon all of us, you just walking, talking example of goodness. I think that they will realize that this is worth waiting every amount of time for. It's worth standing by this man for. And so I hope it's because I hope it's genuine, you know, and because I think at this point, Ash just wants the people that are genuinely with him to be here for this ride, this next phase. It's a reward. I consider this next phase a reward for the tenacity, the faith, the belief, the as Red was talking about, emotional strength, the just all of those good things. And we kept it. And I do believe, every time I never understood this phrase so fully as the meek shall inherit the earth. Mm-hmm. I do believe we are part of that. Mm-hmm. I believe that in my heart. We're the tenderhearted. We are those people that we're going to inherit a great responsibility and a great gift. And we're going to be good stewards. We've proven ourselves, I think, at this point, the people who have stood by this man. And I think he wanted good stewards, and now he knows. And if we hadn't been through all the challenges and the nonsense and the hard times, we wouldn't really know who the good stewards were. It wouldn't be clear, because some we thought were turned out not to be. And so I want to say thank you to all the good stewards out there. Oh, and I almost forgot. I want to say thank you to Julie Wen for creating and helping the guys to create that video that we're talking about, that we love so much. She, in lightning speed, took all the videos, the images, the words, the quote from Zach, and she put it all together beautifully with music so that we could partake of it. And I'm so grateful to you, Julie, for everything that you do. I don't think people have any idea what all that you do behind the scenes, and I'm so grateful. So thank you for that. That's all I have.
Indeed, that's the family we're talking about, because Julie is always like busy. I want to take my daughter here and there, I want to do ABCD, but then when it comes to helping out, she is always readily there. She would squeeze time, she would do anything she would. That is the family we are talking about. And Jeanne, earlier on, you said something about, I think I've forgotten exactly how you put it, but then if somebody was doubting the reality or the realness of this whole thing, maybe it's a time now. We don't want to convince anybody about how real the whole movement is or Mr. Mufareh is. But if that is what you were waiting for, ta-da, that was it yesterday. Go to Marty's channel, go to Chris's channel, watch it for yourself. Get stuck on the screen and be crying and then getting goosebumps that truly, really it's real, right? So it's just so sweet and it feels good. So some of us are crazy. We're mad people just chasing something that we don't see, because they don't have the eyes that we have to see what Mr. Mufareh is seeing, right? So we're fine where we are. We're just happy going, and Ash makes it even more beautiful. Ash is coming to Marty, revealed a lot of stuff. That is the real, when you see how the wind blows, Jeanne, and then you see the whole of Marty. What else do you want? You see Marty in his entirety. I was like, I just want to give him this hug. This is what Jeanne did. It feels good, guys. So let's celebrate family, because whatever is happening now is, we think that things have delayed. We think that it's taking long. We think that others think actually that it's time to go home because they don't see it coming. But no, everything is just working as planned, and it's going to happen on time. We need this time to get ready, because the mission, when the Bible says fields are wide or they're ripe and harvest are waiting, it is this wide, I can't measure it, right? So you need to get prepared. You need to get mentally ready. You need to learn how to accommodate one another. We need to learn how to sacrifice one another, like Ash did, like Chris did, like Eugene, you did, to go and see Marty. Because if you cannot sacrifice, if you cannot do it, you cannot be selfless, then you cannot use what Ash is, you cannot do what Ash is trying to do. Because Ash is trying to reach out to the entire world through you and myself and Ivy, because he cannot travel through the world. Before he gets there, then it's ended. So I think we just have to make good use of this minute that we have, and it's all good news. So Ivy, I think if Jeanne is okay with that, we'll give you the honor to round up this session for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Then just like you're saying, just seeing who Ash is has answered the question. Do not be stagnant. Do not be like a lake. A lake, everything is in, nothing jumps out. There's just frogs, lizards, and everything. And a lake does not move. It's in one place. Let's be a fountain, fresh. We've had a fresh thing happen to us yesterday. That's a fresh thing coming. Let's sound it all over. That is fresh. And then also, when you are sick or when you don't know something, the doctor would look inside you. The doctor is the only person qualified to look inside you to tell you what is wrong with you. You don't know how to look inside yourself. Let me ask you, do you know how to look inside your stomach when you have gout or when you have liver disease? It's the doctor. The doctor is going to use lights. He's going to use instruments. So you need somebody qualified to do what he's doing. And so let's not be a lick. Let's trust the doctor. When you climb when you climb an airplane, you have pilots, you trust them. This man has proven over and over again, all the questions have been answered. Nobody is stagnant anymore. Nobody is a lake. Nobody is a lake anymore. We are all now fountains. We are jubilating. Now let this jubilation spread. Let this jubilation end all the questions. Let the fountain, fountain, the water comes out clean. Let us come out clean with our heart, and let us be joyful, and let us be happy that Marty, even love heals. Just Ash coming to visit him is going to heal him. Ash visiting Marty has healed so many people. So many people have seen how he hugged this man. I could feel how Ash was feeling his heart hugging this man. Let me tell you something. All of us are healed. No more questions. It's just love, and love will carry us very far. I just want to say thank you to Ash, and then I say thank you to God that let this thing happen to Marty. He suffered for this moment. But let me tell you something. He has come out more victorious. He's more strong. Even the way Marty talks now has changed. The way Chris talks has changed. Big family. We want to say thank you to Julie for all the pictures. And I say thank you to Zach. And I say thank you to Ash for proving to Marty's family that Marty wasn't crazy. That Marty, all that he was doing, I know they love him. But some of us, our families think that we're way out on the wayside. But let me tell you something. You never know when it's going to be your time. Ash would be in your city. Ash will be in your country. So let's support him. Let's love him. And I say thank you, Comfort and Jeanne, for this opportunity to join you on this great meeting. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Sister Ivy, for coming. And both of you, I reached out to you at the very last minute, and I'm so happy that you made it here. So I want to end it now on, and I want to steal our joy a tiny bit to just announce something that happened. So our sister Funmi Williams, who is with us on the Heroes, and here she lost her younger brother, and she is really grieving. So we just keep her in prayers and hoping that she will be fine. She and her family. The brother died and left behind a wife and 2 children. So Funmi is grieving right now. Thank you. Yeah. So once again, thank you, family. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for all the comments and the contributions. Thanks, and see you again soon. Thank you, sisters.
Thank you.
Bye.